Why did my music stop? Did I hit? What the fuck happened? Oh, my computer's. I just think my desktop is just fucked up.
I don't know.
It just doesn't work right. Maybe I should just use a desktop only for the video and then do all my research on this one. Because every time I open up a screen, it seems like it's stopping.
You're opening up the videos on your laptop?
No, on my desktop.
Okay.
It's taken forever.
Well, which is newer?
Laptop.
Okay, try open videos on your laptop then.
Okay.
I can hear it good.
We're recording. We already started the show.
Yeah. I don't even know if the advice I gave you is okay. I might have just fucked you.
Hey, everybody. This is How Not to Run a Podcast starring Mark Carney and John Wellington.
How do you do?
Thank you. Now,
Good job, boys. That laugh of theirs is so contagious. Hi, John.
Hello.
Didn't do it last week.
We did not.
There was no unsuitable language last week.
I had a long family day I couldn't get out of, so.
He went to the Cavs game. He went to the Cavs.
I had to watch the Cavs lose of all the games we went to.
Folks, we're not exactly committed to you since none of you fucking watch our shows.
I mean, since we're warning you of everything that's going to happen, like months ahead of time it is going to happen.
You'd think you'd want to know, like the big fad in Japan right now. Should we tell them?
Sure. Yeah.
Apparently, the in thing to catch that special girl's eye is you mail some bodily fluids to her in a condom. That's what you do. You just fill that condom up as best you can.
With like as many Stephen Millers as you can get in there.
Get as many Stephen Millers as possible. Little, because he's got the big head and the small body.
It's like a little.
Ooh, I'm Stephen Miller. President Trump is always correct. Oh, he's the greatest man that ever lived. Ooh, I can't get through the egg cell.
So what are you using to pack that? Are you using like a puffy envelope or not a manila, right? I mean, I'd be worried that and then it's everywhere. You gotta
go puffy. I think puffy.
Gotta be like a box or something, right? It's gotta be.
Well, here's what happened in Osaka. Police arrested a 43-year-old male postal worker who was.
Oh, he was a postal worker. So
he admired a female postal worker that worked with him, and to show his love for her, he filled up a condom with his fluids. They didn't specify. What's the easiest fluid to get in a condom, though? Let's be fair. Urine and not urine.
Yeah. You say poop.
In a condom?
You could poop in it.
You'd have to get
he could pick it up afterwards and put it. I don't know why he picked a condom. Why not just like a little thing, like a little soft jar or something.
Baggie maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're tougher too. Baggies are tougher than condoms. I fucked women with baggies. I tell you. So he's sending.
I'm so sorry for her.
Here's the story, though. It says by sending used condoms containing bodily fluids to a female colleague at the same post office. It can't be a new condom. Are you telling me it had to be a used one?
Hey, Marv, was this a Ziploc or was this just like a regular sandwich bag you fold in?
It had to be the Houdini tie. I think it had to be the tie. You know the joke. The woman says, "If I get pregnant, I'm going to name him Houdini Jr. Larry Jr." He goes, "Well, if he gets out of that condom, let's call." He's taking out the condom. He goes, "If he gets out of this, we'll call him Houdini." That's the joke.
Oh, okay. All right.
Not in it. And throws it in the trash.
Wow. I never heard that one.
Waste basket. That was a big thing to do back in the day. All the women had wicker waste baskets. You throw your condom in there. Nothing could go wrong.
So wait a minute. You're thinking that the sperm would crawl out of there and slowly make its way up into the bed, through the sheets, down the thigh, up the leg, down the thigh, and into the vagina?
You know what? You just described your sex life on air.
It's like home free.
That's how you do it? Is that how you do it? Little Stephen Miller?
Yeah. Well, that's how he was conceived.
And they asked him, why did you do this? He goes, I sent a letter to satisfy my sexual desires, but it did not interfere with my work.
But on Fox News, they would explain that he got there because he's a fighter.
He's a fighter. He doesn't give up.
Fighter.
Similar envelopes have been sent to women all around Japan, more than a dozen post offices last year. And police are thinking maybe Nakajima might be the guy. He might be the guy that did this. No comment from the woman, apparently. But I think probably her thing was opening the package. Ugh, what the fuck? How do you say what the fuck in Japanese? I don't know.
What the fuck? I don't know. I don't know why. Okay, first of all, if he really likes to send his jizz through the mail, I mean, you could open that up to the entire world of the internet, right? And you could find that person who loves to receive jizz in the mail.
Well, are there people like that?
I'm sure there are. Oh, of course there are. If there's a person who wants to send it, there's a person who wants to receive it.
I'm sitting here waiting for my package of jizz in the mail.
His name is Mark Carney.
It hasn't come yet. It's not coming today.
All right.
Okay, guys, we're going to break our show up into segments this week. This is going to be tariff to be or not to be. I guess. I can just cut them up.
Well, wait, did he work for the Japanese Postal Service or the American Postal Service?
Japanese. This is
okay.
Okay. And
we got to assume also more efficient.
Oh. I get still. Why didn't he use a new condom? Why is it a used condom? Is it just used because
he used? Well, assuming he had it on whenever he.
By sending used condoms containing bodily fluid. So I guess it has to be used technically.
Well, yeah, it's already used at that point.
Yeah. There's no way to send a new one without and put something in.
Well, unless they tested it and then they found on the outside it had from other women or whatever, which would.
I got some cow on this. There's some cow on the outside of this.
Or maybe he's sending it to her. It's like, hey, look, I can get women. Maybe she said something to him. He's like, oh, I can get women. He dropped it in the mail to her. And he's like, see, that sort of thing.
Some Kobe beef condoms. That's what our title though is. This is part 2. We're going to cut it here. I'm going to write the time down. 8 minutes.
You did way too much time on the on the mail com. All right.
I watched a show about how they write newspapers and TV shows, and they call them blocks, and they only give so much time to each story. We're way over our time limit on the content.
Oh, I'm sure we are.
Let's talk about the bourbon inspection in Kentucky.
Okay.
Apparently, with all the flooding in North Carolina, bourbon was underwater. So now some guy's job, I guess, is going to have to test all that bourbon. Have to go to each keg and test the bourbon.
Okay, so and I talked to you about this. I learned from a radio station in Chicago, Carmen Yucco, that the end of the bourbon is called the butthole.
Really?
Yeah. So does that mean what's that?
Is it better?
What do you mean? Is it better?
The butthole part of the bourbon, is that better?
No.
More tasty or?
It depends on how you put your mouth up to it, I guess. But that's what they call the ending of it, the cork, where all the bourbon comes out. They call it the butthole, is where they uncork it. And
but
they can test it, like you said.
They're going to need someone to do this job, John, to go to Kentucky and see if the bourbon's contaminated. I imagine it would be deadly if it is. What do you think? How can they test it without?
I mean, even maybe they've got a particular person in mind. I don't know, but Homer Simpson type or something like that. But I imagine they could test it scientifically, couldn't they? I mean, it's not like they're not literally sticking their mouths up to the to the butthole, and just like licking around there and just like saying good, and then passing another barrel back and forth, right?
Yeah, I think what we're missing though is the big story here. Apparently, our bourbon is now a victim of something that doesn't exist in Northern Carolina: climate change. Because this flooding is from climate change. Do we agree?
I mean, no, I thought it was the North Koreans who were creating this weather and sending it over here with their nuclear technology.
The overall damage is being determined. The damage assessments include some of the barrels filled with aging whiskey. Bourbon gets its flavor and golden brown color during aging. Workers will remove some of the barrels to bourbon upper floors before the prolonged rains. Inspections of any barrels touched by the flood began Thursday and will continue until each is carefully assessed. Many barrels were affected, but said it doesn't expect any meaningful loss of inventory. In other words, we're going to drink it anyways. No?
Yeah. They're just going. Well, when you said, I got confused because when you said aging, I thought you said Asian, and I was like, well, what does Asian whiskey have to do with all this?
This is Asian week here on Unsettled Language. We already did the Asian story.
It's right. We're going back into the like.
It's the best coming. It's the best male cum we've ever had.
So wait a minute. So if it's not going to affect the supply, and what are they going to do with all the Canadian the whiskey that was sent to Canada with the tariffs?
Ugh.
That they're taking off the shelves? Are they bringing that back, or are they going to
Canada is not even,
bring it back?
Canada
or what is
took our shit right off their shelves. They don't even offer it for sale.
So they're just destroying it, or what? That's at a loss, isn't it?
Dude, I saw video. They had $6 Canadian strawberries, $4 American strawberries in Canada.
Okay.
Like 2 or 3 left of the Canadian strawberries. Okay. Nobody touched the American strawberries. They are willing to spite themselves to say fuck America.
Oh, they're jacking up their prices on their own stuff. We're going to get that extra.
They are willing to put 33% more. Well, that's 50% more. $6 over 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're willing to pay $2 more for the strawberries than take an American item. We are so fucked. Thanks to the genius of Donald fucking Trump. And that's our bourbon story.
And that's what?
I'm just writing it. We're leaving bourbon and going into strawberries.
Oh, strawberries.
That's a 1240. Okay. We're going to break these up into clips, folks, so you don't have to commit an hour of your life to us every week, which none of you are doing. Well, Elton. Thanks, Elton. We appreciate you. I'm sure there's some cross.
I owe that guy a beer.
Going on with Kristen Galewood also, but she's probably being forced to watch some of it too. But they should come on the show.
You know they have a rewind and fast forward, right? You know that's.
They should come on. Kristen, Elton, this is a test and an offer. Come on to the show and be part of this frivolity. All right, so you got mail out of the way, which was double mail. Get it? Because it's semen. Bourbon is out of the way. How about the safety of our skies, John? Is it safe nowadays?
Well,
anything going on in that sky, John?
You know, and I know that the skies have never been safe because of the birds. But yeah, it seemed. Now I do know one thing, that if all this was going on and it was Pete, but not Poot. If it was Poot Buttigieg, if it was Mr. Pete Buttigieg,
still in charge.
If he was in charge, then on Fox News they'd be like, "Well, you know why? It's because he's with a man. He's turned all his planes gay.
Turned the planes gay, and
they're just dropping out of the sky because they're burning from the fires of the hell-like sun.
God has said, you shall not fly and be gay."
They especially hate the planes that like have to ride on another plane for fuel.
Oh yeah, that's why the space shuttle was shut down.
Mm-hmm.
That's why
can't handle it. That's why NASA shut that shit down.
And now we have SpaceX. But what happened was, in New York, a helicopter with a family of 5 and a pilot Apparently, the helicopter just fell apart over the Hudson Bay and crashed in the water, and all 6 people died. The family of 5 was a CEO. He was a CEO of. This is ironic because we opened with this condom story. Siemens. He was
Oh, I thought you meant a condom company.
no
I was gonna
Siemens.
say.
He was a CEO of Siemens, and his whole family and perished in the accident. They came from New York for a vacation.
So the helicopter just fell apart.
Just fell apart. It sounds like, yeah. No
Before-
word as why. I don't think. I don't know. Why would a helicopter fall apart? I'm not a.
So are you saying that there's like less inspections now or something? Is there just like
Oh, there's probably
not
way
having
less
as many?
inspections, but that might be a. I don't know who controls that. Yeah, the FAA, and that's in a mess right now because we've had more accidents in Trump's first 70 days than we had in 15 years before this, which is ironic because he was president for 4 years and things weren't even this bad.
Well, you know what the weird part is that and we were talking about this. Like, even if this incident meant to be, well, like we hadn't had a helicopter or airplane crash in a while. Like all these other ones, now there's just another one. Makes it seem like it's part of like this whole, epidemic of like the sky is falling when this could have been just one of the regular things that happens. So are they going to be taking a bets on when the next one is? Because it's like it seems like every weekend there's
Seems like every day there's something going on
Yeah.
right now.
Because there was one that like landed on the street in Florida, didn't it?
I didn't hear about that one. You know anything about it? Any details?
That was the only thing. I thought it might have been another. Who knows at this point? I didn't do enough close research to say whether I did. You know what I mean?
Okay, I'm going to call this bit a loser bit. It's at 17 minutes, 14 seconds. The only thing we got out was Siemens again. We spoke of Siemens. That's the key.
Hey, gay airplane was a good bit.
I did the Pete Buttigieg comment. I appreciate that. Trump's retribution is selling it.
Wasn't hacky at all.
Apparently, if you're protesting Trump, bad shit is happening to you from the ICE and shit. They're coming to ask. Trump's White House has been, for anyone who might disagree with the president, don't. Or else. Yeah. That's basically what they're saying. They're weaponized Department of Justice. They're treating people who disagree with him more like enemy from within. He talked about it in his presidential campaign. He took an unusual step this week of issuing official proclamations ordering the federal investigations of people who worked in his first administration. He ordered that Krebs, the guy who said this was the fairest election in the history of all elections. Remember him?
Yeah.
He worked for Trump. He discounted what Trump said about being stolen. That guy has to be investigated because, frankly, a lot of people said I was stolen. It was stolen from me. I was the greatest president. I got the most votes ever. And Krebs said it was a fair election. Can't have that shit, right? So he's under investigation. And another guy who went on TV and said Trump was an asshat, basically, and he's being investigated. So if you talk bad about Donald, he's coming after you.
Well, in the cabinet, I don't know if you saw the cabinet meeting, which when we do our power rankings, Pam Bondi, she's shooting up everybody. She was saying anybody that does something to a Tesla is getting 30 years to life, and they're thinking about, and she used very strong words, so they're thinking about that if the ultimate thing is that they'll give them a Tesla. That's the ultimate punishment.
You have to drive this around.
You have to show your face in this stupid looking sun.
According to the stats I read, you're more likely to die in a Tesla accident than any other car on the road.
That's what I'm saying.
But they're saying it's the safest car around if you look at their tests of running into walls and stuff. But those are crash dummies. Real people are dying in Teslas, from what I read. I could be wrong about this. I'll say, in my humble opinion, to cover my ass from the richest man in the world might want to sue me because he saw my podcast. That's the date I read. I can look it up if you want me to look up where I read it from. It was Car and Driver magazine is where the data from Car and Driver. 327 people, I think, died last year from.
I believe that magazine just got bought. It is now called X Magazine.
Oh, it's X.
It is now X and Driver magazine. Tesla and Driver magazine.
Miles Taylor came out during Trump's first term. He said there was a risk that government officials working to mute the president's impact. He didn't, and so Trump is having him arrested, and he wants him charged with treason, which, unfortunately for the president, we have to be at war for it to be treason. So he doesn't really get the nuance of the law.
Don't matter. We are at war. He'll just make one up.
He'll make one
He'll
up.
just say something's.
We're fighting the Venezuelans, right?
War with all the illegals that are in this country.
And five more law firms that had cases against the Trump administration have now ponied up millions and millions of dollars of free work to Trump. One is offering $500 million in free work. So Donnie won't pick on us. Please, Donnie, don't pick on us. Donnie, I'll give you $500 million. Stephen Miller said firms have agreed to nearly seven. Remember Stephen Miller, everybody? Our favorite sperm. $700 million in free work for Trump to avoid punitive proclamations. In other words, Trump is scaring the shit out of all these law firms, and they're caving.
He's doing the in trade shit. You know that, right? He's just like he's just like these lawyers are landscapers for him. It's like, hey, look. Do you need some free work done on your landscaping website? Hey, you do my landscaping, and I'll do all this free work for you in trade. We'll just do it.
I have the best. I asked my landscaper, "What's my obligation this tax?" And he knew the answer. He knew. He's a tax attorney. You know. I said, "Fix the rodenias." Rodenia flower. Jenner and Block law firm, though, actually pushed back and is suing Trump for his efforts against them.
Good.
A judge says most of these orders are likely unconstitutional, but many of the law firms are bending the knee to the Führer Trump, right?
Speaking of bending the knee, did you see Steve Bannon was on Bill Maher?
Yes.
And then somebody said, I don't know if Bill Maher said this, but did Bill Maher have lunch with Donald Trump?
Yes, him and Kid Rock.
Or like him and Kid Rock. Okay.
Oh, yep. Hey, let's pause this a second. I gotta get my charger because apparently my battery didn't last as long as I thought. Okay, we're back, everybody. It's Marv and John talking about Bill Maher and his bending of the knee to Donald Trump. And his first thing he said was, "Don't say I'm bending the knee. Don't say I'm a pussy. But I found Donald Trump to be surprisingly warm and generous man. He's a fantastic man." As a matter of fact, right from his mouth. We're going to do the audio only. That way we can't maybe get bumped. We won't get hit.
And now for what I know you've all been waiting for.
I have to put it on the thing here, don't I? I have to share the screen here. Present, share screen, entire screen, Bill Maher, sound, share, put the stage, cover it up. All right, now, oh, look at that. We're closer now. We like the wide shot, though, don't we? All right. We're doing it all, Johnny.
What's that?
We're doing it all. You ready? Here's Bill Maher.
I'd like to give you my book report on my visit to the White House.
Can you hear it? Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay. As you know, 12 days ago, I had dinner with President Trump, a dinner that was set up by my friend Kid Rock, because we share a belief that there's got to be something better than hurling insults from 3,000 miles away. And let me first say that to all the people who treated this like it was some kind of summit meeting, you're ridiculous. Like I was going to sign a treaty or something. I have no power. I'm a fucking comedian, and he's the most powerful leader in the world. I'm not the leader of anything. except maybe a contingent of centrist-minded people who think there's got to be a better way of running this country than hating each other every minute. So, thank you. So, okay, so meet up in person. Maybe it'll be different. Spoiler alert, it was. First good sign, before I left for the Capitol, I had my staff collect and print out.
First of all, I don't like that he says we all hate him because we might disagree with his move. What do you think of that? Say
that again.
We have to meet with him. Not just everybody hating him won't work. Well, we can hate him, and it will work for us. What do you think?
I mean, are we not grasping everything that this guy has done? Is it that hard?
Once he talks nice to me, I can forget that he's a rapist. He's stealing our money.
I'm not even talking about. I'm talking about literally the things that he has done, from the impeachment stuff to taking all the money to January 6th to firing people to this thing that he's doing now. It is just like, well, let's just find common ground for the biggest criminal that's also president in the entire world.
Exactly.
I mean, what are we doing? Yeah, you can have dinner with Idi Amin. You better watch what you're eating.
All right, back to Mr. Moore. So he's covering his ass a little, if you ask me.
Well, this list of almost 60 different insulting epithets that the president has said about me. Things like stupid, dummy, lowlife dummy, sleazebag, sick, sad, stone cold crazy. Really a dumb guy, fired like a dog, his show is dead. There's 60. I brought this to the White House because I wanted him to sign it, which he did. Which he did with good humor. And I know as I say that, millions of liberal sphincters just tightened. Oh my God, Bill, are you going to say something nice about him? What I'm going to do is report exactly what happened. You decide what you think about it. And if that's not enough pure Trump hate for you, I don't give a fuck. So,
not enough pure Trump hate. Not enough.
So, no, I didn't go MAGA. And to the president's credit, there was no pressure to. After we left the Oval Office, he showed me the little room off the office, you know, the one where Clinton used to. Okay.
He only did it 10 times.
The blowjob room. Okay. Well,
he didn't read the book. He did it in several rooms.
That's where they keep the merch now. It is.
That's where he keeps the merch.
And he gave me a bunch of hats, but he didn't ask me to take a picture in one, which I appreciated. The guy I met is not the person who the night before the dinner shit-tweeted a bunch of nasty crap about how he thought this dinner was a bad idea and what a deranged asshole I was. I read it and thought, oh, what a lovely way to welcome someone to your house.
What happened?
I don't know.
Okay. But when I got there, that guy wasn't living there. No, does Trump want respect? Of course, who doesn't? My friend said to me, what are you going to wear to the White House? I said, I don't know, but I'm not going to dress like Zelensky, I'll tell you that. Just for starters, he laughs. I'd never seen him laugh in public, but he does, including at himself. And it's not fake. Believe me, as a comedian of 40 years, I know a fake laugh when I hear it. And I thank you for that. Okay, example, in the Oval Office, he was showing me the portraits of presidents, and he pointed to Reagan and said, in all seriousness, you know the best thing about him, his hair.
Something Trump would say.
I said, well, there was also that whole bringing down communism thing, waiting for the button next to the Diet Coke button to get pushed and I go through the trap door. But no, he laughed. He got it. I said to him at one point,
why is that a joke?
Mr. President, you know the dog, that's unusual in the White House. He said, well, a lot of the presidents, they had a dog for political reasons. I said, no, people love dogs. That's what that is. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's true.
What hilarious banner, don't you think? Here's why he doesn't have a dog. Here's the truth. The dogs won't sign a non-disclosure agreement. He would have a dog, but he's afraid they'll talk. Frankly, this dog will talk. Look at it. He's snooping around. We should call him Snoopy. That's why he won't have a dog. They won't sign a non-disclosure agreement. Everybody knows. So what did you think?
I thought it. Well, I hadn't heard that before, but I thought it was more telling that he had Steve Bannon on the show than anything else.
Oh, I didn't watch the show yet.
I didn't watch it either, but I saw a couple of clips. But that he even had him on the show is really interesting. So I'll agree with Bill Maher on one thing, that the fact that people are coming to comedians, and this is including the media, and they're going to Bill Barr, not Bill Barr, but Bill Burr,
Joe Rogan,
and they're going for facts, and that they're going for for what do we want to know, or what do they want to know as far as what are their opinions on politics and the president and stuff like that. We are so fucked. We are so unbelievably fucked.
I just tell jokes. He goes, I fucking don't like the guy. That's it. And I don't have any reasons. Yeah. I didn't study.
Well, there's plenty of reasons not to like all of these people. I mean, it's not hard. I mean, whether you want to sit down and have a fucking Big Mac with them or not. I mean, sure, you want to sit down and eat with them. Okay. Okay, but it's just.
I had a thought that I wanted to bring up.
It's not even that Bill Maher should know better, but it's more like giving daylight and giving credence to everything that he has completely done to change.
Normalizes
the normalizing the fabric of way he is to America, and it goes back to what we were talking about before about or what I was going to try to illustrate before is that he has, and this sounds weird, but this is a weird thing, but he has been to more WrestleMania events. I would like to see the record of outside of people who were literally worked there. He's been to so many of them up front. He's either been up front and been there, or he's been a part of the show, or he has owned the facility where the event has taken place. And you get a sense of knowing how people act and react to certain things that are big and showy. And that's everything that he does. Everything he does is playing to that big crowd.
Well, our Secretary of Education's gone to more than him.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's definitely true.
And she knows AI better than anybody knows AI. Did you see that?
Yes.
She's like, I just want to say that the students are learning the A1 better than anyone. The A1 is the future for America. And A1 is great.
Yeah. I think they said that, and she has, and this is not a joke, due to her work, she is taking a lot of chairs to the head. And they've put that woman through a lot of things, and probably metal stairs to the head a few times.
This is probably her when she dances.
Hey, that's against the law. You're coming with me. Can't touch me. Can't touch me.
Oh
Just like the bad guys from Lethal Weapon 2. I've got diplomatic immunity, so Hammer, you can't sue. I can write
Does
graffiti.
not have diplomatic immunity.
I can riot, loot, not give a hoot, and touch your sister's teeth. Can't touch me.
Touch your sister's teeth.
Can't touch me. What is God's name is Boy, can't touch me. I believe that's the worm. Stop. Peter time.
Shut up, Peter Griffin. Don't interrupt my show anymore. Just in case. Yeah, so yeah, Trump is bad, but Linda McMahon, I don't know if she's worse. Trump is bad.
Well, I mean, it's a bit. I mean, I don't know her. I mean,
she's a wrestling maven, and she's running the Department of Education, and they're closing it down.
I mean,
you see Ohio's budget?
A lot of stuff, and they kind of look the other way. So she's not the greatest, but you know.
Yeah. See Ohio's budget yesterday came out this week. We're going to give $500 million more to public schools and $1 billion more to private schools, who are unaccountable. The story in the Beacon today was, yeah, we're giving $1 billion to private schools, but we have no idea how they're spending the money. Well, that's fair, isn't it? If it's a public school, you got to have all your I's dotted and T's crossed. Everything's going to be perfect. But the private school, oh, here's $1 billion. We know you'll do better.
That's because they've invested in the private schools, so they just gave themselves money. We're like, oh yeah, we're just gonna give ourselves money.
You're right.
You know, schools are businesses now. I mean,
well, I don't know because all the research grants are frozen. All the research is being shut down.
Yeah, now they're gonna teach them all the things that they want them to learn.
Did you see? I don't even have this under a topic, but all your Social Security information you can now find only on X, Twitter. Your communications are going to be all moved to Twitter. John, I'm suspended from Twitter.
But he's not doing this for the money, Marv. He's not. Now you got to get premium Twitter in order to get on there. He's not doing this for the money, though, Marv. He's doing this for America.
I can't do my Social Security stuff now. Because I thought I said Elon Musk is a fuckhead. I spoke the truth, and I'm X'd out. The excrements I can't read. I can't read the excrements on Social Security.
You know what you should do? You should just pose as that British guy from Game of Thrones and say you're him, and like ask him, "Could I please have my Social Security or my Twitter?"
I'll just go up and say,
"My name is Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
My name is Jeff."
I'm going to walk up to the window and they're going to go,
"Oh, brother, this guy stinks."
So there's a proposed bill in the United Kingdom now that Americans can immigrate over there. Yeah. If they're dissatisfied with
I'm watching the golf tournaments
administration.
And I'm rooting for the foreigners. For the first time. I'm like,
what the golfers do, or unless they're wearing MAGA hats, they have anything to do.
The Shambo hangs out with Trump. He golfs with him.
Oh.
He golfs with him. Trump calls him on the phone. They're fucking buddies. DeChambeau's like, I'm not political. Well, sorry, you are. You're promoting this shit for brains, Donald Trump rapist. And you're hanging out with a rapist. So fuck you, Bryson DeChambeau. I used to like the guy a lot, too. I thought he was innovative and smart in that, but he's just a Trumpy. And then I found out there's 5 big golfers that are Trumpies. I even made a post this week. Andy Kim. Dude, you're going to get deported. I don't know why you're...
Jesus, Mark.
Bryson DeChambeau. Who are the others? I thought it was Roy McIlroy, but Roy just said he likes live golf. Maybe we'll figure out that problem if Trump is involved. So he didn't really say he's a Trump supporter. He didn't dislike
is Rory. Did he immigrate? Did he?
Does he live here?
American citizen?
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know. But Rory's winning today, and I hope he beats DeChambeau. I don't want DeChambeau to win because
Oh.
he's fucking Trumpy. Fuck him.
You were telling me about, or we were talking about that earlier about Trump. Like, were we recording when you were talking about that?
I don't know. Say it.
That he won his he told everybody after he won his own championship, and he was throwing balls out. Or
He was
something
cheating
like
real bad. New York Times did a story. They're like, it was a pro-am, so it's a real tournament. All right. People pay a lot of money, but it's Saudis, so Trump's got his nose up their ass way far. Anyways, he's in a group of 5, and Trump's riding by himself. He's got the fastest cart. Always has the fastest. Trump hits a drive out into the right rough. Not horrible, but hits his next shot. Gets in the fucking cart and goes. He doesn't wait for the other people to hit their shots. Drives down to the green. Supposedly makes the putt and picks up his ball. Right? Like no one saw it. And plus, they're all waiting to hit, and they got to wait for this buffoon to run down there and get in front of them.
What a fucking wheeze. So, hey, what do you think that he would do?
John Daly are all MAGA. Daly's disgustingly MAGA.
What do you think he would do if he got caught? If someone just said, "Hey, what are you doing?"
I didn't do it.
No, if like saw him in the act of picking up the ball, and they were like, "What are you doing?" If anybody ever call him on any of these little things?
They read Samuel Jackson called him out on a lot of it.
What did he say?
Motherfucker. Apparently he doesn't do most of the cheating though. His employees, like, he'll hit a ball and
they'll do it.
Employees will get there first and identify it. And it's like everybody saw it go in the water, but they find it. Okay.
So how much does Donald Trump's literal ball boy, how much do they get paid? Does a Trump ball boy get paid?
I don't know. And
what does the service entail? So does it include just golf balls, or do they also have to clean his testicles?
This guy probably got fired, but Rick O'Reilly said he was playing golf with Trump, and he hit this great shot, and he was like 4 feet from the hole, and he gets up on the green, and Trump, of course, got there before everybody else, and he goes, "Oh, your shot went in the sand," and he goes, "What?" And Trump went up there and threw the other guy's ball into the sand trap. And the caddy after the round says, "Your shot was like 4 feet away. Trump threw it in the trap."
So none of these men, I mean, I've seen people get the shit beat out of them on golf courses for stuff like that.
Yeah, you're not going to. It's his golf course. So he owns 16 golf
courses. Oh, because he only golfs at his golf course, right?
There was a story this week about people that he kicked off the course because they wrote stuff he didn't like about him. Like,
oh, well,
he'd walk up to him and say, "Get him off, throw him off."
Yeah.
You're like, "Why do you want to play in a Trump golf course anyways if you think he's such a scumbag?" Like, well, it was fun to be around the other stars and stuff, but whatever.
Oh, so Samuel L. Jackson was at the Trump golf course and everything?
Yeah. You want me to see what Samuel Jackson said about him?
Yeah, sure.
Samuel Jackson. Oh, come on. Trump golf. Trump cheats. He says he doesn't just cheat. He cheats like a 3-card monte dealer. He had a lot of unsportsmanlike conduct. To cheat is to say Donald Trump cheat is saying like Michael Phelps swims. He doesn't just cheat. He cheats. He throws it, he boots it, and he moves it. Whether you're a pharmacist or Tiger Woods, if you're playing golf with him, he's going to cheat.
At everything, apparently, right?
Nickname, because he kicks balls to nice plots all the time, they call him Pele around the golf course. His nickname is Pele. They don't say it to his face, but the caddies all call him Pele.
I'll cheat worse than him. That's the only way we can defeat him is to cheat worse than him. Out cheat the son of a bitch. You got to out cheat him. It's like, oh, I didn't see that cheating coming. That was a good cheat. You gotcha. It's just like, so you get a cart that's even faster than his. You jump on it, and you, as soon as you hit it, you go first. You race down there.
It's not going to happen.
You catch his ball, and you throw his ball.
Only pretty much.
What's that?
He plays at his places pretty much.
Oh, yeah, so he's got like a souped-up one, huh?
Yeah, way faster than everybody else.
What if you got there and you decided to take it way too seriously and jump back on the back of his golf cart? Not today, Donald! Not today!
He tried to drive and get you to fall.
I'm beating you! Man killed the president today after a rousing round of golf.
Killed by the president, probably. The president
Right.
probably killed him.
Who can we set up a golf championship with of the two of the worst people in the world that can't handle losing with each other? Like, you'd have to put like John McEnroe with him. Like, who are like the notorious, like, not bad losers, like violent bad losers?
I guess Scotty Scheffler hates to lose really bad.
Oh, really?
Golfer.
Okay. Like how crazy would it get? I mean, it's got to be like,
He's from Texas, so.
Okay. So we need some like people to take it way too far to lose it, like checkers with their, with their kid.
I can only think of Kim Jong-un.
Michael Jordan.
What if
Jordan doesn't like to lose?
Kim Jong-un in a golf match.
Oh, really?
Could you imagine that? Putin probably put polonium on one of his handles of it. Tell Trump, here, try this club. Try this club, Mr. Donald.
Yeah, but it's Kim Jong-un. I mean, I'm sorry, but I'd still take Putin over Kim Jong-un in a fight.
But Kim Jong-un, actually, I think he's got the world record for lowest round of golf, like a 13. He scored. It has to be like 20 something. Kim Jong-un record.
Did you just repeat what you just said?
He's got the world record for lowest round of golf. For 18 holes, they thought maybe he shot a 27 or something crazy. Let's see. Oh, he shot a 38. 11 hole-in-ones on a 7,700-yard championship course. And it was the first round of golf in his life.
Is it all recorded, videotaped?
No.
No.
It's written down.
And you know what? It's also threatened by death.
He shot a 38, John.
Look, Mr. World Record person.
That beats the record by 20 strokes.
That would be awesome. Hey, Guinness. We're gonna send you to North Korea. They got a claim. They got a really good golfer there. And so we're sending you to North Korea, and you got to go verify this claim that this guy is just that good.
This is Kim Jong II. This is not the one that's in power right now.
I don't care which un it is.
So it was like 7,700 yards, the longest golf course ever. He had 11 hole-in-ones. So on 7 holes, so that's 11 strokes, right? And the other 7 holes he shot in 27. So what is that? 7 into 27. So he just got pars on the other 7 holes. Right?
Sure.
7 times 4 is 28.
No, he was golf major.
He's 1 under par for the other 7 holes. So he didn't play that great after the first 11.
Then why don't you? I mean, if you are Trump, why wouldn't you try to break all those records? Just to say, hey,
he's not done yet. He's not a total dictator.
That's true.
Yet.
He's still got that.
We got to talk about the tariffs. We're running out of time. We got to talk about the tariffs.
What tariffs? There's nothing happening.
What'd you say Carolyn Levitt said?
Oh, one day she said the tariffs aren't going to move at all, and then the next day when he changed them, he was just like, things change. I mean,
that was the plan. That's what this was the plan. You people just didn't know the plan.
You didn't know the plan. This is the art of the deal. Duh.
You fake a plan, shift dramatically, and shift again, and shift and shift and shift. You zig when they zag. This is the art of the deal.
I know you're reporters and you're not very smart, but let me say it very slowly for you. Negotiation. Huh? Can
That's
you
how she
spell
talks.
that?
That's how she talks to him.
Can you spell that, Caitlin? Can you spell it?
No, Caitlin,
Negotiation.
I'm appalled that you're trying to insinuate that I'm not very bright. She always starts off her sentences with that. You're trying to catch me in a falsehood, but I can assure you these are the facts. And
I'm not the liar. You're the liar.
You are the ones that are wrong and stupid, not me. I am the bright one here. Daddy, give me a star on the wall, please.
I swear they have all of everybody is watching old WWE and WWF tapes to prepare for any time they talk to the media or anytime they talk to anybody. Here, just watch this training video of the big boss man.
Stephen Miller. Donald Trump is not to be questioned. His word is gold. Everything he says is fine. He's the smartest man alive. None of you can even begin to approach his genius. Donald Trump.
Yeah, just leave out all the woos.
Here's what apparently the truth came out. Trump had put on the ridiculous tariffs, and the stock market was going deep down, right? The stock market was following.
And by the way, you remember a couple weeks ago when Jamie Dimon was like, "Hey, not to worry, everything's fine. I think this is going to work. It's going to be great." And then, like, the other day, he's just like, "Oh, shit, it's all fucked."
Emotional damage.
Pretty much.
But anyways, so apparently the leader of Canada, what's his name, Harper? Canadian leader, had gotten together with the European Union, and they all decided to start selling off their bonds. Usually when the stock market drops, bonds go up because people want it, because America's full faith and authority of the American government is going to guarantee their payment.
Okay.
They started selling the American bonds. So now the market was dropping and the bond market was dropping, almost unheard of. Trump got called in the office by all the economists and saying, this is fucking bad. We're going to lose everything if you fucking keep letting the bonds drop. So Trump called off the tariffs because he got his ass whipped by the Canadian premier. What's his name? Mark Carney. That's his name. He outsmarted Trump. And, he used to run the banks in Canada. So he kind of knows economics. He kind of understood the levers to push to say, fuck you, Donald. We got your ass. That's what happened.
And it's I don't think people really understand how having this much volatility up at the top affects everything.
Here's what they're saying.
There's so many other little intricacies that every time he's moving up and down with these things is what he calls negotiation tactics. They're really screwing people over.
Trump wants impeached, is what they're saying. They're saying he's fucking everything up so bad because he wants to be impeached because he's never been more popular amongst the idiots than when he's impeached. It rallies his base.
I mean, so wait a minute. So are we saying what I think we're saying? Is Donald Trump going to go from a heel turn? Is he going to go? Is he, because he's been heel like this whole time? It's been like a heel. Are you saying he's going to make a complete reversal and turn, or is he going to start an even greater faction with another like serious private army of martial law and really start kicking ass?
Yeah, he wants to prove that everyone's out to get him, so he has no choice but to take over America and become the leader and the tyrant that he wants to be.
Okay.
So it's a heel turn, but it's for the worse.
Yeah, so it's like a double heel turn.
He wants impeached. He wants to be
So
impeached.
okay. In MAGA's eyes, he's heel turning.
Yes.
Yes. He's already been a heel in our eyes.
Yeah. He can't be worse for us. I mean, I'm like most people. Every day I get up in the morning with the hope that he is gone. I hope that he has passed away.
He's doing the double heel turn.
I hope that he has gone gently into that good night every morning when I wake up. I'm hoping for that, but it's not happened yet. But unfortunately, that gives us.
And you know what? I know people keep saying it, but it ain't happening. He's still got exercise. He's still getting out there. He's gonna last for a while, man.
I passed it. I took the test. I got all the questions right. Elephant, dog, woman, television. I knew all the answers.
Right? Elephants have trunks.
I'm a genius. I passed the cognitive test. Elephant, dog, woman, television. I knew them all.
Think about it though. At cheating though, at being a con man, he might very well be a genius though.
But what you find out about most con men, it would have been easier just to do things the right way.
No, he became president. How can you argue with that?
But imagine
he conned America.
He could have been a great president though, because he wasn't beholden to anybody. He could have done things the right way and done things to save America and work for the people. He could have been fucking great, and he fucked it all up by just being.
When he can make so much more money being a heel, he can make
doubled his income in the last 12 months. Did you know that he went from $2 billion to $5 billion in the last 12 months?
Yeah, more money.
I don't know. I think once I have $1 billion, there's nothing I can't do at $1 billion that I can do at $100 billion. Elon Musk is proof of that. Elon Musk has more money than everybody. He fucking is an idiot, and he doesn't spend it. Like, he tries to prove he's great at video games, and they troll him and say, "You fucking suck." Did you see that?
Yes. And you know what? That might very well be part of Trump's revenge on Elon Musk for everything that Elon Musk said to him. He's like, "Well, you think you can do it better? Then let's see how well liked you are after this."
And the Teslas are fucking.
Those are the people he's competing with. It ain't you or me. He's competing with other billionaires. And all the people that said bad things about him, like in the New York elite or whatever else, that
wanted to
said
be in
anything
the
else
club,
about
and
him.
they wouldn't let me. They wouldn't let me in the club, John.
Yeah, wouldn't invite him.
Now they're gonna pay, John.
Now they're all gonna kiss his ass. He's gonna make him pay for it.
Gonna give me free legal court work now, because I said I'm the president. Fuck them all. All right, our hour's up.
Okay.
Anything else you want to say?
We gotta do our power rankings. We gotta do our power rankings and our performance of the week.
Let's do it. Power rankings. It's getting redundant.
What, power ranking?
Yeah. Who do we got on top of power rankings? Well, we want to go 10th, right?
Yeah.
Who's the 10th least important in the Trump presidency? Vance is falling out of the charts, man.
Yeah, he really is. I mean, he had problems in Greenland, and that one lady stood up to him. She got fired.
So Vance is 10th.
It's got to be one of the secretaries in the cabinet. There's a couple of low secretaries that have been showing their face a little bit.
Well.
Oh, and you heard about Peter Navarro, that whole thing, right?
Oh. Yeah, but he was up and then down in the same week.
Yeah, right.
And then Elon and him were fighting.
Yeah, now he's completely out. He's out of the power ranking.
What did Elon call him? Retardo or something?
I don't know.
Okay, so Vance is 10th. Kristi Noem is just being a dumbass.
Yeah, she's got to be 9. She got called out.
Tulsi Gabbard has done nothing.
Yeah, there's 2 secretaries. I'd say there's the secretary. The former Secretary of Education mixing up AI and A1 sauce.
But that's at least she was in the news a lot. 7 for her.
Oh yeah, easy.
Where's Pete Hegseth?
I haven't heard much from Pete. he kind of put his head down a little bit.
Probably dangerous. Probably dangerous for him.
Yeah,
maybe.
probably is. Probably
Probably
is. He's probably dangerous for the Houthis or us. One of the
Yeah.
two.
Well, as far as he's concerned, we are Houthis, just so you know.
Right. So we got like what, 5?
We're down to 5. All right.
Stephen
Well,
Miller. Stephen Miller stays there at 5.
What? Stephen Miller?
Yeah.
He's been sucking his dick hard, though.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's got to really show himself a little bit.
4 was his
yeah,
economic advisors have to be up there.
I'm going to put Carolyn Levitt.
Carolyn Levitt, yeah. 3, 2, 1. Number 1 has got to be Peter Navarro, right?
1 Navarro? I was thinking that was still Elon. He wanted, I'd say Pam Bondi at 3, because she was talking about how, everybody's going to get 30 years for.
We're all going to jail.
Yeah.
Question the leader.
They were all like, "Oh yeah, that's delightful. That's delightful."
So Navarro's at 2. Let's read some of Elon's tweets about Navarro. And Navarro always talks like he always does this.
Right.
Elon's tweets on Navarro. We still call him tweets. He said he's truly a moron. He said Peter Navarro is truly a moron. And Navarro was like, the beauty of the tariff is that now all these countries are coming to negotiate with us, which was not the point of any of it, but now it's because that's what's happening. He made demonstrably false. He said, Peter Navarro said, Elon, he puts cars together, but he's not a car maker. Right? You know what he said?
Yeah.
What is he? How did he phrase that?
Who? Peter Navarro?
Yeah, he said, Elon puts cars together. He just assembles cars. He's not a car maker. And all that is from China, he's saying. He called him a moron. He says he's a car assembler rather than a car manufacturer. And he could be at odds with Trump's tariff policies. If you go to this Texas plant, a good part of the engines there gets from China and Taiwan. And the electronics from Taiwan. So Elon's not really a car manufacturer.
This is Navarro saying this, right?
The difference is our thinking and Elon's on we want our tires made in Akron. That's what he said. Akron. We want the transmissions made in Indianapolis, and we want the engines made in Flint and Saginaw, and we want the cars manufactured there. Musk said Navarro is truly a moron. What he says here is demonstrably false, he wrote, before calling him Navarro, Peter Retardo. He called him Peter Retardo. Tesla has the most American-made cars in another series of posts. Navarro is dumber than a sack of bricks. Bricks aren't that bright, John.
No, they aren't. Well,
he said, by any definition whatsoever, Tesla is the most vertically integrated auto manufacturer in America. Highest percentage of U.S. content.
That's why he bought it.
Navarro is a fake expert. You should probably act the fake expert Ron Vera, which we haven't talked about yet, have we?
Yeah, no, This can only be this is another made-up WrestleMania bit. They asked Jared Kushner, go find me an economist that sounds as batshit crazy as me. Oh, diddly doo! I went on Amazon. This is a WrestleMania bit. I went on Amazon. I found this guy.
Navarro over the top of Elon in our rankings, though.
Well, it might be, but
because Trump based his entire belief on tariffs.
It's his tag team partner. It's one of his tag team partners.
Death by China. It was the name of a book that Navarro wrote.
Part of his MAGA faction.
He told Jared, find me a book. I don't care. I need a book on tariffs. I don't know what the fuck they are. I want to understand tariffs. Tariffs are a beautiful word. I love the word. I don't know what they are, though, Jared. Give me a tariff book. And Jared is looking through Amazon and he finds a title that says Death by China. the Tariff book by Peter Navarro, and in it, Navarro apparently doesn't understand tariffs either, but he's recommended by Jared to speak to Trump. Trump speaks to Peter Navarro about tariffs. You're hired. You're the greatest tariff guy in the history of the world. You're the great. You're so smart on tariffs. Peter Navarro, come be on my cabinet, be in my administration. We can menstruate all over these people.
Well, and I'm not sure,
This
but I
plan
don't
he's
think
following
Trump.
is Peter Navarro's.
I don't think Trump is very inquisitive. Like, does he ask a lot of questions? So he just regurgitated his book to him, and he just like, sounds good.
They say the last person that talks to Trump makes the biggest impression. You know, if you're the last one in the room, chances are what you want is going to happen, because he doesn't give a fuck. The guy has played golf almost every weekend of his presidency. When we're all losing all our money, Donald Trump was out golfing. Did he play golf the week he got shot? Probably.
Yeah, he got assassinated. He almost got assassinated on the golf course.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
No, it wasn't even close, so the guy didn't even shoot at him or anything, right?
I'm just saying. That's how much he's at the golf course.
All we know is we had a homeless guy living on the golf course. That's all we know about that. He had a gun, maybe.
They're just out to get him.
And Peter Navarro is still, this is genius. Trump pulled back just in time. And the truth is, we all know now, the Canadian PM owned Donald Trump. Donald Trump is living, Mark Carney is living in Donald Trump's head, free of charge.
I mean, look, Marv, we only have to live in turmoil for 4 to 50 years of every weekend finding out, hey, everything's up in the air. Could something happen? Yeah, the fall of everything could happen. Just every.
You are fake news.
You're fake news, John.
Fake news. Fake news.
I will build a great wall on our southern border, and I will have Mexico pay for that wall. Mark my words.
Because you know what? For years, Marv, I've heard that the best way for the world, its economy to work is to be in constant flux and chaos. Just complete, utter
people don't like
chaos.
People don't like it when you're stable and calm and do things the right way. People don't go for that. Economics are based on frivolity, craziness, and it usually ends up like this, John.
FBI, open up!
The FBI is not coming because it's being led by a little troll named Kash Patel. So,
well, and it's all these levers in here that we don't know that work, and it's called the economy.
Dan Bongino,
and it's like I'm pulling all this stuff, I'm pushing all these buttons and everything. But I know one thing: I'm up here and I'm cashing checks.
Tough guy Dan Bongino, the tough guy,
who's out of the power rankings. Dan, you better step it up.
Yeah, he wants 20 Secret Service agents. he demands 20. I've got to have 20. A lot of people want to kill me. A lot of people want to kill me. Trust me.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure a lot of people do.
And other people are like, I want 20 if he gets 20. Joe Biden is like, I never got 20.
Yeah, by the way, have we heard anything from Joe Biden?
He said something, but it's all, what's the point now, right?
No. I don't mean like anything like, we haven't heard, like we would have, Trump lost, we still would have been hearing him, right?
I hear things like, gave Trump the greatest economy in the history of the world. I hear things like that, and Trump is like, we were in such trouble. Our economy was so bad. I had to destroy it more. This is the Biden economy. It's the Biden economy, John.
Marv, I don't think I know you were a history teacher and everything, but I don't think you're aware, but just like Make America Great Again, we also had the Great Depression. So while it was a depression, it was also great.
Oh.
So that is what he's aiming
what we're shooting for?
Yes.
Greatest depression? Is that what
the greatest of all of them.
Well, let's leave it on that, and we'll bring in the boys. Boy, they got better.
Oh, they did. I don't think you can play them.
I'm playing them together.
It's really close. It's really close.
It almost sounded the same.
Now say thank you very much.
Excuse me.
No, thank you, John.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now bump bump.
All right. Good recording. I forgot to bring that